A Tzu Chi scholarship recipient in Thailand reciprocates by volunteering with Tzu Chi. We meet a few doctors dedicated to safeguarding the health of Green Island residents. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Su. Thank you for joining us. We begin our program today by meeting a Tzu Chi New Shoot scholarship recipient in Warren in Thailand. She has received Tzu Chi's assistance for the past 2 years and is now reciprocating by volunteering with Tzu Chi.
After school, 12th grader Warren is quick to complete all the daily household chores. These include cooking, doing the laundry, and taking care of her younger siblings. Recognizing her qualities of diligence and hard work, her school has recommended her to Tzu Chi as a possible recipient of the New Shoot scholarships. The local public health center also provided a part-time job opportunity for Warren to help with office cleaning and organizing paperwork.
Sometimes when we go into different communities to provide medical service for the villagers, we also arrange for her to help measure the children's weight and take blood pressure measurements. We hope that she could realize she's not alone. We also encourage her to give back to society when she can. This is the true Tzu Chi spirit.
Turning from a receiver to a giver, Warren has also participated in many Tzu Chi activities.
When I first started working as a volunteer, I didn't have any particular feelings. Later, I felt the joy of serving others when I took part in different activities. I also felt very happy to volunteer with Tzu Chi because being able to help others is something that really makes me proud.
With the experiences of visiting impoverished households and nursing homes, as well as learning about environmental protection, Warren's wish is to become an elementary school teacher. She would like to provide this type of moral education for generations to come.
In Manila, Philippines, Tzu Chi volunteers visited 163 shops in Chinatown to encourage business owners to adopt coin banks. Meanwhile, in Tzu Chi Ormoc Guerrilla Village, despite their impoverished status, the residents save 1 peso a day to help the less fortunate.
Piso-piso kada adlaw para makatabang ko sa mga igsuon nato nga nasalanta or disaster.
Ako po ay nagdo-donate para upang makatulong ng mga nangangailangan ng ibang tao.
Young volunteers go into the Tzu Chi Ormoc Guerrilla Village in the Philippines. Knowing that's how difficult it is for the villagers to donate 1 peso a day, the volunteers show gestures of respect to them by bowing politely upon receiving coin banks from them.
Of course, I have to help others. Since I have received a lot of help from Tzu Chi, I must give back to the society.
Another group of volunteers go to the Chinatown in Binondo, Manila, to inspire business owners' compassion.
I will introduce the coin back to the customers, telling them if they have some change, they can donate a little money to help their fellow countrymen.
Instead of refusing the volunteers, the jewelry shop owner surprised the volunteers by taking out something from the drawers.
We feel very thankful. If he accepts it with joy, we'll express gratitude to him. If he refuses it, we'll also say thanks to him because everything depends on his willingness.
23 volunteers took different routes to visit 163 shops, encouraging business owners to adopt coin banks and help the needy.
Promoting vegetarianism, the English Retreat in Houston has conducted a vegetarian cooking contest. It allows everyone's creativity to go wild and also at the same time integrate what they have learned throughout the retreat.
Every team is making a dish that kind of represents the aspects and concepts we've been learning, like the all-embracing virtues, some way to tie together the food and the mindfulness.
We have to plan first what we're going to cook and what ingredients are available. And then we go to shopping, pick up the ingredients we want.
Our group is making a soup to represent loving speech, and we're calling it Soup for the Soul.
The other teams went first when we were shopping, so they took all of our ingredients. So our team had to kind of improvise, and they managed to get mango, cucumbers, and cabbage, and some sprouts. We're going to try and make a sushi with it.
The theme we have, we called it Working Together, because we use 6 different varieties of vegetables, and it's almost done, and you're welcome to taste it.
I hope we win Best Taste.
It's good?
Tastes good.
Hold it. Yes.
Please designate one person to work for the dish in after all the judges have spoken.
Oh, all of them. We're going to win all of the awards. Yeah.
So can we have a big drum roll, please? Please welcome Team 3 to the stage. Welcome to the stage.
Wow. The head chef. The super headquarters head chef.
We won teamwork. So I actually am really happy about that. I think it shows like we all worked really well together, which is what we wanted to really accomplish.
Did you know that a pair of pure cotton jeans requires more than 1 kilogram of cotton, 350 milliliters of pesticides, and 10,000 liters of water? It may surprise you that this natural fiber actually harms the environment. According to statistics, 25% of global pesticide use is associated with cotton fields.
In the sun, there's a hidden crisis behind this white cotton.
Traditional cotton growers use large amounts of chemical fertilizer and chemical pesticides that can cause lots of environmental pollution.
According to statistics, 25 million tons of cotton are produced each year in the world. Nearly half is used to make clothes and related products.
When modern mechanized farming began, the operator of this harvester would spray a defoliant, which the same as the US used in the Vietnam War, which is Agent Orange, which is very poisonous.
Cotton that uses defoliants and pesticides may come from Vietnam, Brazil, Pakistan, and India. Through this production chain, clothes are worn by consumers around the world. Recently, the rise of non-toxic and organic farming has affected cotton crops.
Many pesticides are used abroad and sprayed on these pads because there are many kinds of insects involved with cotton, maybe dozens of insects.
Only 2% of agricultural land in the world is dedicated to cotton. But the amount of pesticides used in cotton fields accounts for 25% of global pesticides. This is because cotton attracts a lot of insects, as some call it the most poisonous crop. The first 2 years of organic cotton cultivation saw Wong and his wife lose a lot of money, but by the 8th year, they found an organic way to combat pests.
This is a scent of a female moth, and it is emitted attracting the attention of a male moth who will be lured into this trap through this hole.
We often say cotton flower, but actually it is a shrub, and very few people have actually seen real cotton.
Early on, it is a yellow flower, and then it turns pink and falls off, leaving the cotton bolls, and which grows and grows and then opens up into a bird with white cotton inside.
It turns out that what we all know as cotton is not a flower at all, but seed fiber.
天然纤维的原料来自于这些。
In the cotton fields, when harvesting by hand and picking the cotton, some 60% of the weight inside is actually cotton seed. The amount that can be used for spinning is just 40%.
是40%的棉絮。在60年前
，60 years ago, the total area of cotton fields in Taiwan was some 6,000 hectares. However, the current area planted in Taiwan is only 6 hectares. Why are cotton fields just 0.1% of the old days?
After joining WTO, imported cotton became very cheap. Labor in Taiwan is also very expensive, and the textile industry gave up cultivation in Taiwan and changed to imports from abroad. This led the cotton industry to collapse.
好多健康多安全，就可以躺着睡，当做床上睡了。
There are fewer people producing cotton in the country, let alone organic cotton. But there are still companies that value environmental protection rather than profits. Cotton may travel from where it is produced literally thousands of kilometers away to processing plants in different countries. Here we are in Bangladesh at a cotton spinning factory to learn how cotton is processed as a natural fiber. Cotton contains seeds that need to be removed to make pure cotton thread.
This machine sucks in the cotton.
It's like a vacuum cleaner sucking all the cottonseed, and impurities into the machine.
Cotton contains impurities as we filter it layer by layer as they are separated by weight, with good cotton being separated from cotton seeds and other impurities which will fall out. After cotton has processed, this machine turns it into cotton thread, which later comes out.
Fluffy cotton is processed by this machine and turned into a thread. Here the natural fiber can be pulled out, but is surprisingly strong. Blue jeans made with natural fibers are very wear resistant, but the production process can be quite complicated. Jeans production takes a lot of manpower and electricity. This is a jeans factory in Bangladesh. To make a pair of jeans, one needs to use 50 liters of clean water.
The jeans have some additives which need to be neutralized, as it needs to go through 2 to 3 washings.
Freshly made jeans require a lot of water to wash, and if you go back to the actual cotton plant, studies find that the amount of cotton needed to make pure cotton jeans must consume 0.35 liters of pesticides and 10,000 liters of clean water. Beginning with cotton and going to natural fiber and finished clothing, lots of water and pesticides have been used to produce clothing that's comfortable to us, but at what cost?
Green Island is a popular tourist spot, attracting nearly 400,000 visitors a year. However, in terms of places to seek medical care, there's only the public health center and a private clinic. Despite a high turnover rate of doctors, there are still a few medical professionals who are willing to safeguard the health of Green Island residents. Green Island and the surrounding landscape makes the resort popular among surfers and tourists, attracting nearly 400,000 visitors every year. However, there is also frequent occurrence of incidents of drowning and vehicle accidents, which is the #1 cause of death on Green Island. Unfortunately, there are only 2 places where people can seek medical attention: the Green Island Health Center and Ankang Clinic.
The problem Green Island faces is the lack of doctors.
People with serious illnesses usually seek medical attention in other places.
On May 17th of 2018, the new Green Island Health Center building was inaugurated, with the addition of ER observation room, child clinic, and injection room. Despite that, there's no doctors.
The doctors are on call 24 hours a day.
If state's finance students are willing to come to Green Island to serve with passion, that is good for us.
Chen Yujun has volunteered to come serve at Green Island 4 years ago. After she finished her serving term, she decided to stay. Currently, 3 doctors and 6 nurses at a public health center are serving thousands of tourists and residents. Although there's a new opening for doctor in 2018, no one applied for the position.
Usually, patients can call an ambulance in case of emergencies, but here people need to call for boats and airplane services. The outlying islands are not like the main island. If we'd like to further our studies besides serving, there is no channel.
Despite a high turnover rate of doctors on Green Island, Chen Zhaolong has been serving here for 40 years.
Since I am also a Green Island resident, I am aware that on outlying islands, medical resources are lacking. Therefore, I decided to return to Green Island to serve fellow residents by running a clinic.
Green Island resident Amei's oldest daughter was saved by Chen Zhaolong more than 30 years ago.
Her eyes rolled and her lips were pale. I immediately brought her to Director Chen.
There's no opportunity to give an injection. I applied CPR. Fortunately, after applying CPR, she revived her vital signs.
The little girl who was saved is now married and living in Taitung with her own children.
This doctor is really good. I'm grateful that he saved my life. I appreciate my parents and the doctor. Really, God is too kind to me.
He is the savior for us Green Island residents. If the elderly are not feeling well, he'd come even during off hours.
40 years ago, he was the director of the public health center. 40 years later, he continues to serve the residents at his own clinic.
I've been one of Director Chen's patients for a long time. I've heard of him since I was in school. Without him, there are few doctors on Green Island.
I am also retired in a way, but I still work. Now that I'm still able to move, I will continue to serve patients.
Despite a lack of doctors, there are still doctors who are willing to safeguard the health of Green Island residents. Nevertheless, the residents still face many challenges. The Department of Health and Welfare has launched a new 2.0 era in long-term care. Tzu Chi Foundation, in addition to working with various community organizations, has started many of their own long-term care stations within Jingsi halls.
In Zhanghua Jingsi Hall, the Level C long-term care station has officially started. The 93-year-old Grandpa Chen, a retired principal, finds his vitality has significantly increased here.
He can be independent and free to do what he wants. This makes him very happy and, in turn, a direct boost for his health.
67-year-old grandmother Wu comes to the station to learn how to draw, while her adult children are busy working.
When I'm here, there are no worries. I'm very happy.
Our main objective is promoting healthy ways to stimulate the minds of the elderly in order to prevent early onset of dementia. That's why here at the station, we have a series of courses.
The long-term care station, categorized as Level C, at the Zhanghua Jingsi Hall, 60 senior students have already enrolled. The classes are 2 days a week, including painting, tea ceremony, and environmental protection. The curriculum is rich, and meal service is also included. Having a healthy vegetarian diet is a great way for the elderly to stay in good health. On top of that, everywhere in Zhanghua Jingsi Hall, people can feel the spirit of humanistic culture and the enthusiasm of serving others.
If the elderly can be volunteers, then it can stimulate many of their physical capabilities. They can, too, be serving on the same platform as the younger volunteers and do good deeds together. This is why having a long-term care station within the Jingsi Hall is such a crucial factor. This is one of the major features of Tzu Chi's community care missions.
According to the ABC long-term care system, Level C is the most comprehensive and interactive one out of the 3. It allows the elderly to walk out of their homes and interact with society.
City volunteers hosted a stem cell registry drive at the University of Taipei, and many young people have participated in the event. Many participants have invited their friends and colleagues to join as well because they want to help the patients.
Tzu Chi is hosting a stem cell registry drive at University of Taipei. One of the donors made a presentation before the event to invite his colleagues to join.
I described the whole process of bone marrow donation to my colleagues, and they gave me a great feedback. I was surprised that many of them were willing to sign up to be a donor. I felt very proud for their enthusiasm to help others. Today we have 9 colleagues here to attend the Registry Drive.
If it was my family member who needs the bone marrow, I would really need matching donors, or I will feel helpless. Therefore, I want to register to be a potential donor today, so I can give the patient some more hope.
Chen Bo-yu's sister was a successful bone marrow recipient through Tzu Chi's bone marrow database. Hence, he invited his friend to join him for the blood test.
My sister had leukemia and she had a successful bone marrow transplantation through Tzu Chi. Therefore, I want to do something for other patients too.
And Li Hua brought her daughter in 3rd grade to come to join the campaign.
I'm an Italian, but I'm also mixed blood. I received education in Taiwan because my mother is Taiwanese. The volunteer Li Se is my teacher, and she often sent me information about Tzu Chi activities. I was very touched by this event.
With more young people's registration to be a potential donor, there are more hope for leukemia patients to find a successful match.
Cancer patients often face pain and stress during the battle against their illnesses. Drawing allows them to express their feelings and dreams. At a cancer patient drawing exhibition, a child patient expressed his desire for freedom through his artwork. Let's take a look. Holding a picture he drew, 80-year-old Di Bao looks like a normal child. In fact, he was diagnosed with leukemia when he was 2. His drawing, Take a Look at the Jeep, depicts how he can travel to different places riding on the Jeep. Now Di Bao has 2 dreams.
My dreams are becoming a hero and a chef. Chefs can make a lot of food for everyone. Heroes can protect everyone.
Di Bao's grandmother recalls her grandson's battle against leukemia. In the beginning of the treatment, he was allergic to the medicines, but he later faced his treatment with optimism.
When his mother was delivering her 3rd child, Di Bao was hospitalized. He went to the hospital often to undergo chemotherapy. After 2 years of chemotherapy, he was under observation. It has been 5 years now. The doctor said that he is the happiest child in the hospital.
Every picture depicts the hope of cancer patients and their families. The exhibition of patient drawings allows the public to understand the pain and dreams of cancer patients. City volunteers in Suzhou have been holding classes to shape the characters of both the children and their parents since 2014. For many parents, this is an opportunity to grow and learn with their child. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.